Now it's 44 years since Pauley Pavilion was first built. I had the pleasure of seeing the original plans in Coach Wooden's office when he was recruiting me to come to UCLA, and it, without question, played a huge part in me deciding to come to UCLA.
I'm just so excited for our student athletes, number one. The lifeblood of all the programs here start with the student athlete. And the ability to recruit the best, the brightest in the country starts not only with having the greatest university in the world academically, which UCLA is, but also the finest athletic facilities. And this will undoubtedly be the best facility in the country when completed. And I'm just so happy for our players, the ability to recruit future players, and I'm also happy for the fans and the experience the fans are going to have being closer to the game on top of the two teams that are playing.
I think people are going to be concerned about the seating plan and what requirements will be necessary to be able to either retain their present seats or to move into a better location than they presently are. I think that's probably the biggest issue and the biggest concern that most people have at this point. And by July 1st, we'll have all that thing unveiled for everyone.
We're in a good environment now too. That the construction environment right now for building is actually quite favorable, and that gives us some assurance that we'll be able to do this in a fiscally responsible way. Many of the bids that I know all throughout Los Angeles, we're hearing stories of contracts coming in at much lower, bids coming in lower than expected. So this is actually a good environment in which to be renovating a building, good building environment.
We've actually talked to several of the local, the local venues. The Staples Center, of course, is an option for us. We've talked to Tim Lewicki in that regard, and he'd certainly welcome us there. We'd have to look at scheduling. That could be a difficult issue, certainly with the Clippers and the Lakers and the Kings there. Could be likely that we played some non-conference games there, for example, and I think it'd be great if we can get the USC game in there. I think it'd be fantastic to be able to fill that venue for that game. The Forum is a facility that obviously would like to welcome us, and I could see us playing in perhaps the majority of our games there, if you will. It's still 17,505. It's still set, can be set up for basketball. And then, of course, we could go down to Orange County, and play in the Honda Center. Same kind of situation with the Staples Center, where we might be able to get a couple of games down there if it works. But we will have some options in terms of where we can play, and both men and women's basketball will do that. The other sports, gymnastics and volleyball, will be able to stay here on campus and compete in the Wooden Center.